Welcome, everyone. My name is Athena, for those that don't know, and I will be leading our service this morning. It is so nice to see some new faces and just continue to grow and see those faces that keep coming back. So, thank you for being here with us. A little bit about Sanctuary Church for those who may not have joined us before. Sanctuary is a 508c1a faith-based organization. We use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion, which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. Strongly encourage anyone facing trauma, recovery, or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, which if you have any questions about, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal. So now is a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we will begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. A reading from our rotating text, currently As One Thinketh, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching. After that, we will bring the official service to a close, and from there, we'll open it into an optional discussion period led by Eric today. We've allotted an hour and a half for this portion until noon Eastern, and we do invite you to participate if you feel called. Welcome and thank you for joining our sanctuary community in celebration today. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize this does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice, and we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. I'll invite Eric to lead us in our meditation this morning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Grateful to be here with you. This morning's meditation, we have started the workshop that the portion that I'm leading anyway on Friday, started in talking about intentions and setting intentions for, of course, sacrament experiences, but also our daily lives and even segments throughout our daily lives. And in this meditation, I encourage everybody to try to hone in on an intention for this week. Maybe it's a way that you want to treat people or treat yourself, or behave in the world, maybe some behavior you would like to introduce into your life, some new habit that you want to take up that can replace an old habit that's maybe not so helpful. And as you do this, I'm going to encourage you also to continue bringing your focus of attention with this intention into your center. And we have multiple centers within our system, but the center I'm talking about is the core center of ourself, that center of gravity, the center of our intuition. And our intuition is what very often guides us in fulfilling our intention. So I think, do you mind? I don't have the ability to take time on me real quick. Would you mind just keeping the time? Thank you. So we're just going to do 5 minutes. Start with some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And after you get 3 or 4 breaths in, feel yourself starting to calm. Bring your attention into that center of gravity behind your belly button. Even in observing children, it's beautiful and funny to watch that they actually lead with their bellies wherever they go. We get so in our heads that we lead with our head, and we can go back to that intention, that intuition space. With every breath out, you can just sink into that space. As you find yourself becoming more and more aware of that center of gravity, that center of your direction, just observe what comes up when you consider what your intention for this week might look like. You'll have multiple intentions as you go through your week. Just try to come to one singular point of focus that can guide you. As we spoke of on Friday, let's try to make those intentions in a positive direction. Don't worry about what we need to quit or the negative things that we want to stop doing. Let's think about the positive, the things that we want to start doing that can just replace all that, and all that other stuff will just fall away. Just keep sinking into that center if you get distracted. Allow that intention to sink into you as well. Our text today reminds us that our power to be, to become, is within us. It speaks in terms of thought, but it's really about intention. We become what we intend on becoming. Just about 25 more seconds here. Just take about 3 to 5 nice deep belly breaths in, and just allow this intention to sink into your center and carry it with you through the week. Maybe when we get done here, just put a little note somewhere. Remind yourself through the week of what your intention is. When you're ready, you can just kind of wiggle your toes or roll your shoulders, just whatever brings you back into your full body experience, and open your eyes, come back into the space with everybody here. Feels good to be an intentional community, to be an intentional gathering, to be an intentional being. It's a really, really powerful part of being human. Thank you all so much for being part of this.
Thank you, Eric. Now, lead us in our gratitude poem. I invite you to unmute your mics if you'd like and join me when I say, "We live in all things live in us." We live by the sun, we feel by the, we move by the stars. We live in all things,
all things live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live in all things.
All things live in us.
We call to each other, we listen to each other, our hearts deepen with love and compassion.
We live in all things. All things live in us.
We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open and insight. We live in all things. All things
live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live in
all things. All things live in us.
All things live in us.
Live in us.
For grace.
We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. Thank you, everyone. If you would please resume your mute. I invite Tristan to help us with our first reading this morning.
As One Thinketh, Chapter 4. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no accomplishment. Most of our thoughts are adrift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue if we are to steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. Those who have no central purpose in life fall easy prey to pretty worries, fears, troubles, and self-pitying, all of which lead, just as surely as deliberately planned sins, to failure, unhappiness, and loss. A person should conceive of a legitimate purpose in their heart and set out to accomplishment. One should make this purpose the centralizing point of their thoughts. It may take the form of a spiritual ideal, or it may be a worldly object, according to one's nature at the time of being, but whichever it is, one should steadily focus these thought forces upon the object which is set before them. Make this purpose your supreme duty and devote yourself to its attainment. This is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if you fall again and again to accomplish this purpose, as we all necessarily must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be the measure of your true success, and this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph.
Thank you, Tristan. We'll now take about 5 minutes to reflect on this reading. Have your journal and pen, or if you'd like to just sit in the reflection. What are your thoughts on purpose? Do you agree that purpose is necessary? If so, what do you understand as your present purpose? If not, why not? We'll give us 5 minutes to reflect on this. like to begin finishing up your thoughts. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I'll invite Amy to help us with our next reading.
Hi, Tao Te Ching, chapter 56. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Block all the passages, shut all the doors, blunt all the edges, untie the tangles, harmonize all lights, unite the world into one whole. This is called the mystical whole, which you cannot court after nor shun, benefit nor harm, honor nor humble. Therefore, it is the highest of the world.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
We'll now begin closing out our service. Some announcements this week. We are transitioning out of our broad space. So that's, we will be communicating and finding new ways to come together in person. We will be hosting our Community Sacred Circle this month, though, in that Broadway space this Tuesday, May 24th at 5:30. I'll drop a link in the chat once we're closed out, and there's a place where you can register for this. So we do ask you pre-register so we know who to expect. We have launched our MTI, More Than Integration workshop series, which comes together every Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. So if that's something you're interested in joining, there's more information, and I'll drop that link in there as well. We are excited to announce we have officially closed out our we have 14 people joining us in our cleric training program. So we're excited to begin launching that, our first version of this, and the people that will be joining us for that. And that is going to begin this Wednesday, May 25th at 1 p.m. For anyone that has signed up for that training, you'll find more information in your member resource area. And if you have any questions along the way, you can reach out to Courtney directly. We also have a new volunteer and work trade application up. So that link will be dropped as well. So if you would like to get involved, find ways to be a part of the organization of Psanctuary, please submit that application and see where we can continue to cultivate community. With that, if you have enjoyed the service and or the community conversations afterward, we would love it if you would consider making a donation to help support the efforts of the church. All donations received gratefully go toward current programs, development and implementation of those new programs, and operating expenses. By donating, you help bring to reality the vision of Psanctuary Church. And if you are not already a member, our community consists of families and individuals from walks of life and is open to individuals from any faith or background. If you, like many others throughout history, hold these mushrooms as a sacrament for sincere and intentional spiritual practice and would like to be a part of this community, we invite you to head over to our membership application page and begin the membership process, which I will link in the chat. Becoming a member is a 5-step process, which includes a discovery call with us. Members of Psanctuary have access to our growing list of integration coaches and therapists, members-only events, including sacrament opportunities, our membership portal, and our members-only Discord chat, which is a daily connection with the community. And with that, I'll officially close out our service portion for today, recognizing we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. With that, much love, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to end.